Talk365TV is proud to announce that Brain Rehab Clinic will be the first clinic in Utah to have a gyrostim. And welcome back to Talk365. Now, the second part of Holly's interview with Dr. Hatch.
Okay, what's next? Bring it.
So the next one is the eyes. Biggest thing here with Miss Holly was that the eye was slightly turned in, which is an activation of the midbrain, and then we had this drift to the left, okay, which is usually a sign of some imbalance in the brain. We do a follow-up, and now, just because of this light reflex has now come more central, and we see that this line has now balanced and straight. It is moving a little bit. There's still some more to improve, but we're seeing great changes there. And then we go to the pursuits vertical. So this was last time. What we're trying to see is we see how many times she blinks. The number of blinks, we should only average blink 1 to 2 times per 7 to 8 seconds. Your brain needed to blink 4 times in 2 seconds. And it's blinking because it can't focus on the target. Your eyes, every time you blink, it's like a corrective lens. It's resetting that. So that means that it can't focus, and so it constantly is firing off that pursuit mechanism. Your eyes now track exactly the way they're supposed to. You see the blinking, which is why it makes it a little harder, but they're following that target just like they're supposed to.
The vertical being the one that was hardest for me, it's also one that we use all the time when we're on our phones. So let's talk a little bit about that, because where I would have my most symptoms happen would be when I would sit down at my computer to do a sales proposal or put a proposal together for a client, which I love, by the way. It's something I love to do. I love to get creative and quiet and sit there and think, and all of a sudden my body would shut down. My hands would like swell, and I felt like I couldn't use them or type. My ankles would start to swell up. I'd go meditate. I would eat healthy food. I would always, after one of these, I would always throw up whatever I ate the night before the next morning, like, not to be too graphic.
When you move your eyes in the vertical plane, it only activates muscles in your eyes that are controlled within your midbrain, which is the fight or flight response.
Okay.
Where when you move your eyes horizontally, it's primarily pons. There is a medial rectus muscle that moves, which is controlled by the midbrain, but it's reflexive. So you're activating the pons and it reflexively activates the other one. So that creates a balance between it. And the moment you get on a screen that's already light visually comes into the eye, it goes right into the brainstem. So you get the visual light and then the visual scrolling, and that creates such an increase in fight or flight response. And the best way to get you out of that fight or flight is a vomit response. Vomiting activates parasympathetics.
Wow.
So that's why you would
constantly
vomit
be throwing up.
Compensate for the hyperactive midbrain.
Which brings in the weight situation, because I've gained so much weight over the past year, and it's really tough to talk about because I have not been eating cookies. I've been on a paleo or gluten-free diet, which half the time I can't even eat the food that's there.
Yep, as these brain exercises get locked in and working, and we get that brain working, and you've already done your part to remove the inflammatory stuff. If you maintain that, it allows the gut to heal. If the gut heals, you start to absorb. If it starts to absorb, the swelling decreases, the weight starts to change, and you start to see this massive change in your system.
So what's the plan for me at this point? What would you
So
recommend
the next plan
we do?
The next plan is that we're going to alter a couple little exercises, because 2 of these findings didn't improve at the level that we want. So we're going to make some changes to those exercises, and then we'll do another follow-up in a month, and we'll see if these tests are changing.
I live in Salt Lake, you're in Lehigh. My schedule is banana town, and I didn't do all of the times I was supposed to. So I'm so grateful and amazed and awed to see these results at this level, because I thought I would have to have a huge apology moment where I'd say, it's because I didn't come and I didn't do it and blah, blah, blah. But I'm even more motivated to make sure that my schedule works for me to get here, because obviously this is working.
Well, and that's the amazing thing, is even just the slightest little exercise, the slightest little change, we can see the brain improve. But when people stay on their therapies and they're committed, that brain will change, and you can change a hardwired brain into a fight or flight response and make it a consistent, more rest and digest state, and it never revert back based on, can we get that brain to fixate? And that's by the therapies.
I love it. Well, grab your book for me, because all of this is explained in this book right here. So if you are intrigued, if you are inspired and motivated and want to understand this more, especially, is it neuroplasticity?
Neuroplasticity.
Which is what you just
There's an entire
explained
chapter on it. Yep.
About how you can change it forever. If you're someone who is in therapy, if you're someone seeing a digestive doctor and you're not seeing results, get online, tell them where they can get it.
You just get on Amazon, The Basis of Brain Rehab.
And you can get this book, you can get some answers to your questions. Get on his website. You've got lots of videos and blogs there as well, a resource.
Yep.
And it's a great place to start because education is huge and it makes you feel a lot better. And you need to stay tuned to Talk365, our YouTube channel, and all of our social media outlets, because the new addition to our wellness team here, I feel like you guys, I have been sick so that you three guys could meet. And I'm really hoping that now I've done my job, I can be done being sick and I can go back to being like superpower Holly.
I like that.
Because I really do feel that way. It's been an interesting journey from meeting Dennis to Dr. Rogers to then having you come into this whole thing and become part of the wellness team for the show. I don't do anything on the show that I don't believe in, and I don't promote anything that I haven't experienced or I don't think is really beneficial and really valuable. And in this case, this last year, I've literally been going this journey, I've been walking it. And I've tried to keep positive and I've tried to press forward and keep a business going, but it's been tough. And I'm gonna cry. It's not been easy. So to find you at this point, after working this hard with all these other incredible guys that are so talented, and I believe they have things that will absolutely change lives, has just been so much fun. So thank you, and thank you for joining the team, because I think the three of you together really are a trifecta, and we have big plans for fall 2017 to not only bring you great content that will enlighten, inspire, educate, and give you answers that you're seeking, but we are going to start having wellness weekends where you will actually be able to come and meet with them and spend real time and leave with real answers. Everything from day workshops to where you could go and spend an entire weekend to, I mean, you guys have plans for up to 10 days because you could really make some huge changes. So we have big plans. Be sure and stay tuned. In the meantime, get this book. And Dr. Hatch, thank you so much. I appreciate it a ton.
Very welcome.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Talk365 right after this. I promise to stop crying.